Hi, everybody. We hope you are well. We promised we'd talk to you about the science of focusing on what you want. Hi, Nick. How are you doing?
Very well. This Monday, oh, what time is it? Afternoon, yes, just gone the afternoon. Very well indeed. Yes, looking out of my office window onto nice greenery and things like that. Very lovely.
Brilliant. Okay, so the science is this. In your brain, you have a little piece of kit called the reticular activation system. And what that does is that you put a message into your head. So you think, I want to grow a very successful business and employ 25 people by the end of 2023 and be turning over 2.5 million and making a profit of 300,000, for example. You write that out, you talk about it, and your brain uses the reticular activation system to focus on the things that you say you want. Then what happens is you start noticing the opportunities and the things that lead to the thing you want. Here's an example. Nick, when was the last time you changed your car?
The last time I changed my car was May the 30th last year.
Okay. And before you changed your car, were you thinking about different sorts of cars or a particular make and model of a car?
I knew that I wanted an estate car, actually.
Okay, so when you gave your brain that information that you wanted an estate car,
Yes.
What did you begin to notice more of out and about?
Just how many people have got estate cars. And that's absolutely true. You just don't notice it. And you think estate cars are very, very rare. And then you're looking to buy one and you realise there are loads of them.
Okay.
Yes.
So that was your reticular activation system kicking in. You gave your brain the instruction that you were looking to buy an estate car. All of a sudden, you started seeing and noticing more estate cars. Those estate cars were always there. And this is the thing about focusing on what you want in terms of life, health, business, relationships, career, whatever it happens to be. Describe what you want, be specific about it, and then your senses begin to pick up the information that relates to what you are being specific about. At what point did you decide on the maker, the manufacturer of the estate car, Nick?
I knew probably about 2-3 months beforehand that it was going to be one of two makes, really, but leaning more towards one. And that's a make that I've had a number of cars of anyway.
Great. Okay. So when you decided that, I think it's a Mercedes you've got, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah. When you decided that, did you start noticing more things to do with Mercedes?
Yes, you suddenly realise how many there are on the road.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there are loads of them.
Really interesting. Okay, I want everybody to do this. I want you to think about what you want for your business, health, career, relationship, whatever it happens to be at the end of this. So focus on September. Let's be on the safe side. Focus on September and work out what it is you want and be specific and start thinking in that way. Write it down. We've got vision cards that you can download from the tricrest.com site. It's in the Thinking Big course. I think it's in part 1. Use those and write out what you want and think about and focus on more of what you want.
Can I add something to this? And that was a rhetorical question, Beck, because I'm going to add something to this. But what this reminds me of is many, many years ago when I was sitting in front of a motivational speaker. There was only about 40 people in the audience. So it was at the time when I was working for a law firm. The guy speaking to us stood up in front and said, I want you to imagine where you want to be in 10 years' time. He said, and write it down. He said, write down where you pitch yourself in 10 years' time. And actually, it was about that moment that I had a moment of kind of epiphany when I realised that what I wanted to do was earn my living standing up in front of people. It didn't matter whether it was acting or stand-up comedy or doing what I do now, which is training and speaking at conferences and stuff. I wrote that down. because this ties into goal setting, doesn't it? I think I wrote that down, and I put that piece of paper actually in my bedside cabinet and forgot all about it, genuinely forgot all about it. And then 3 months later, you telephoned me because you had just started the recruitment business in Scotland. And you said, Nick, why don't you come up to Edinburgh and help me run and start this recruitment business? And if you recall, I was very reluctant to do so. It's like, no, I don't want to do that. Recruitment is not my thing. Moving up to Scotland is not on my plans. And then you spoke to me again, and then you spoke to me a third time. And on the third occasion, you said, and there might be some opportunity to do some training. And honestly, it was a light bulb moment where I suddenly thought, hang on, I've got something written down about wanting to get in front of people. And I think what you're talking about with the reticular activation system and setting a goal and having a clear vision is actually then when choices are presented to you, as they are in life around careers and everything, if you've got a vision of what it is you want to do, where it is that you want to go, that when opportunities arise or when incidents occur, you go, oh, this takes me closer to my goal. This takes me closer to my ultimate destination. But it was only having written it down. I think that's an emphasis there to people is to write these things down because it makes it more real.
Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. So get writing your vision down of what you want, make it clear, make it stated in the positive, and make it as though you have it now, and notice what happens. Thanks, everybody. Have a great week.
Cheers. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.